After years on the road, Toomey parked the van and picked up the mic to bring you this podcast that features interviews with people from hardcore to hair metal. This is Talk To Me with your host, Joshua Toomey.
What is up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Talk To Me, the official podcast of TalkToMePod.com. Make sure you're heading over there to check out anything that I'm posting over there. It's all in my brain, coming out on the internet at TalkToMePod.com. This is the special Christmas episode. Got a great guest, Richie Cavalera of Insight. And yes, that name Cavalera should mean something to you because he is the son of Max Cavalera. So we talk a little bit about the new album, Built to Destroy, out January 25th. You can pre-order that now over at Bandcamp and get a couple of downloadable tracks right away. And we also talk about Christmas time at the Cavalera family and some of his memories. So sit back, relax, turn on the Talk To Me podcast, start a fire in your fireplace, not in their living room. You know, don't set the rug on fire. Just sit back, relax, check out some Talk To Me, and enjoy yourself. Maybe get a hot cup of cocoa. Check out the show. This will be the last original episode of the year. Next week will be a best of. And then I believe probably take a week off and then see you guys back in January. So I'm going to take a little bit of time to say some thank yous. I probably didn't do much on the Thanksgiving episode. So just a huge thank you to everyone that listens each week. Thank you to anyone that's shared the episodes, subscribed, downloaded, rated, reviewed. We need to get some more reviews over there on iTunes. I know I don't yell about that enough, about giving a review on iTunes or Facebook or wherever you can leave a review, Podchaser. But if you don't mind, go over there and do that and leave a nice 5-star rating, nice 5-star review. It does help out. I know that other podcasts tend to yell about that a little bit more than I do, but it's always nice to see some new reviews come through. I do check those out periodically. Also, a huge thank you to every outlet out there that shared the podcast. We've got Ultimate Guitar, Blabbermouth, the PRP, Metal Sucks, Metal Nexus. If you're out there and you've shared the podcast, you've written an article about this thing and embedded the episode, linked the episode or whatnot, thank you so much for sharing what we are doing over here at the Talk To Me podcast. Thanks to all the guests that have been on. Man, what a year for guests. We will get a little bit more into that next week on the best of. But hell, out the gate, Rob Flynn and Phil Anselmo back-to-back weeks on the podcast. I pretty much just should have stopped there, but it got better and better each week. Came through with somebody awesome, some cool breaking news. Probably one of my favorite guests of the year was Jakey Lee. I listened to him on pretty much every interview that he did for the latest Red Dragon Cartel album, and man, he is a loose cannon, and not the Cobras and Fire kind, but an actual loose cannon. And it was awesome to hear him actually talk to Bago from Cobras and Fire. And then even when he was out with Eddie Trunk, he referenced the interview that I did. He didn't actually say it was on the Talk To Me podcast, but it was pretty obvious because of the Ingve comments. And he said it was a nice... the questions that I gave maybe were a little left of center, and it was a breath of fresh air to talk to me. So look at that. Look at me go. I am a breath of fresh air to speak with. Looking forward to doing a bunch more episodes in 2019. Coming up on episode 200, please leave a comment. Let me know who you think I should get for episode 200. Who is going to be awesome enough for episode 200? I think episode 100 was the Mark Slaughter. So let's see what we can do for episode 200. It's coming up soon, and got to get that guest booked and interviewed and make it a big deal because 200 episodes, I can't believe it. 3.5 years, 200 episodes, it's insane. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of you that listens each week. And you guys know that the Talk To Me podcast is brought to you by Good Company with Bowling. Yes, our good friend Scott Bowling down in Atlanta, Georgia, sponsors this show each and every week. And if you guys checked out Talk Is Jericho this week, you heard Scott Bowling interviewing Chris Jericho. So how cool is that, hearing Scott Bowling on Talk Is Jericho as he sponsors Talk To Me? Make sure you're heading over to YouTube, checking out his show, or scottgoodcompany.com, where he interviews such great people as Head from Corn, guys in Stuck Mojo, Seven Dust, and so much more. So yeah, go check out Talk Is Jericho this week. Scott Bowling interviewing Chris Jericho, and cool to have him a part of the show and have him sponsor the show each and every week. So thank you, Scott Bowling. Check him out, scottgoodcompany.com, and guest host of Talk is Jericho this week on the Westwood One Network. I did put out, since it's the Christmas episode, I put out a thing about, what was one of your favorite memories of getting something music-related for Christmas. That could be an instrument or an album. Did you get a great cassette once as a kid? Things like that. Personally, myself, I remember getting the Metallica Live Shit Binge and Purge Roadcase box set with the VHSs in it, and I thought that was awesome. And also vividly remember getting Cliff 'Em All on VHS. So those two jump out, and then non-music related, dude, when I got that Super Nintendo that year, you might as well have just shut it down, because I think I played Mario Bros. And Pilot Wings, and what was the other one? Star Fox or whatnot, or Fox something or other. But man, still could play that for hours. I need to get the SNES Classic. I got the NES Classic Edition thing with the Tecmo Bowl and all in it. I need to get the SNES Classic. Let's check out what they said on Facebook here. Scott Haynes, former drummer of Mindset Defect, I was in England when I first got my first real drum kit at 13 years old. Parents hid it in the tub/shower. My mother spilled hot tea on herself so she could tell me to run and grab a washcloth out of the tub. When I pulled the curtain back, they had the whole 7-piece Pearl export stacked in there. Now that's insanity. Mom spilled hot tea on herself just so you could go and check out the drum kit in the bathroom. Now that's dedication. At least she could have done was like some cold tea. Maybe she could do some southern sweet tea with like 1.5 pounds of sugar in it. But for actual hot tea, that's insane. Wes Elvidge, when I was 19, and he got his first bass. 19. I think I was 11. 19, but hey, if you're going to start playing, If you're going to start playing when you're 40, start playing when you're 40. Rick Green got a 1950 Gretsch 4-piece drum kit on his 8th Christmas. The best gift ever. Robbie Coleman got Appetite for Destruction and the first Led Zeppelin on cassette for Christmas in 1987. If I were the sort that believed in auras, I swear you would have seen mine explode right there in my Mema's kitchen table as I listened on my Walkman. You can tell he's from the South because he said Mema, which is the proper way of saying grandmother. Jason Hostetter getting the first Zeppelin box set in 1990 when I was 18 or 19. See, you get those albums when you were a young kid. You get the Metallica cassette, you get the Metallica box set. You're never going to forget that. Josh Stevenson, when I was 10, I got the Poison Open Up and Say Ah on cassette. Cassettes are great. Mike Richards got Alice Cooper's School Out on 8 tracks in the 70s as a kid. Now that's awesome, and if you guys want to know a little peek into the history of Joshua Toomey, Mike Richards is a huge deal to me. He owned a used record store when I was in high school. It was in between my high school and my house, and I would pretty much just stop there and just beg him for information daily, and I would quiz him, and he would tell me all these great stories. And he has some great stories about seeing Kiss with Vinnie Vincent in the 80s, and how his band Deep Speed was on. I think they shot a video for MTV, and they shut down a whole street in downtown Nashville so they could record the video and stuff like that. So I need to get Mike on the podcast. That's an episode for me, and you guys will totally enjoy him. He does like gospel bluegrass now or whatnot, but man, what a great guy and an even better human being. So Bill Alge of Ages of Rock podcast got all 4 Kiss solo albums the Christmas of 1978. Look at that, Bill. Good job. Randy Brown, after not being allowed to listen to Kiss during my childhood, Christmas 1988, I got a package including every Kiss record, excluding The Elder. And then number 2, Christmas 1990, getting Slayer's Hell Awaits on LP with a sticker on it that read, "Do not show your dad the cover." Obviously, my mom had loosened up by that time. See, now that's awesome. When your parents are giving you great stuff like that and telling you not to show your other parent, you got the cool one. And then Aaron Quillen, a couple of years ago, my mom bought me 12-volt Heroes Defeated. evidently my girlfriend told her there was this album I found on Amazon and was all excited about it. Well, that's very cool. I didn't even read that before I read it. So, very cool, man. Yeah, Aaron Coolin. Heroes Defeated, actually the album that I am not on, but I did help write every single one of those songs. So there's always that. And actually, Chris Cale, Five Finger Death Punch, plays bass on that, who replaced me. And if you read the liner notes in there, he actually thanks me for helping him chase his dream or whatnot. It's a crazy story. But actually, you know what? Let's listen to a song off of Heroes Defeated. All right, guys, some classic 12-volt Negative Earth that I was not on, but that's Chris Cale, Five Finger Death Punch playing bass, and probably some backup vocals on that. Let's see. Merry Christmas to everyone out there. Thank you guys once again so much listening each and every week. You guys give me a present each week when I see the download numbers come through, and I can't believe how far this podcast has come, how many people check it out each week. If you listen each week and you've never reach out and say hello. It's so cool to hear from people that I haven't heard from before. And I know there are a ton of you out there because the download numbers suggest that there are some pretty loyal listeners, and I'm taken aback by it each week. So thank you guys once again for checking out each and every week. Let's check out a little bit of insight from Built to Destroy. We will talk to Richie Cavalera. Let's talk to Richie about Max and Gloria and Christmas at the Cavaleras. and the new Insight album. Check out, I haven't even gotten Rob Rivera's pick from the kit, so I have no idea if I'm going to add that in here or not. And then we will get into some more music, because it's going to be a heavy music episode, because it's not a long interview. So yeah, let's check out some Insight, talk to Richie Cavalera, check out some classic Sepultura, check out some Soulfly, check out we'll throw on some Lodi Kong. This will be an all Cavalera episode. Then I will talk to you guys later. got Richie Cavalera of Insight on the line, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for spreading the word and hooking up the support with the music.
Very cool. The last time we talked, you were about to head out on a headlining tour. Just kind of give us an update on how that went, and just maybe some good shows you had out there.
Yeah, that was killer. You know, we did last couple months. We did a U.S. headline tour that was all over everywhere, and then we did some UK headline dates, which was just out of control for us. To be able to go to another country and perform with a headline show is just absolutely special to us, man. We're super fortunate to be able to do that, and it just ripped, man. Every night was killer. Great turnout, great fans, really great metalheads over there, and then followed that up with a couple dates with 6 Feet Under in Germany, which was just out of control madness. It was a killer way to end the year.
Very cool. Any of the U.S. headline dates kind of stand out to you?
Yeah, man, there was, quite a few good ones. I think we did about 35 shows.
Nice.
And, LA was really good. Texas, man, the first show of the tour in Austin was absolutely madness, man. It was, that was a cool thing, to have the first show be that crazy. And, the hometown, Phoenix, Arizona is always great because they just have a great scene and great support there. And, that show went off. And, Jacksonville, Florida, man, was another really crazy one. Surprised us all.
It's always nice when you show up to a show and it's always, out of nowhere, just a nice crowd, nice turnout.
Yeah, man, we enjoy that every night. We never know what's going to happen. And every show, they're starting to just really pick up pace. And, it's killer to see, man, after all the hard work.
Very good, man. And this builds up to Built to Destroy out January 25th. A couple special guests on this album. How did working with Kirk Windstein come about?
With Kirk, we've always been fans, of everything he's done as far as Crowbar goes. It's one of my band guys' favorite, bands there is. And, we were fortunate enough to go on tour with them twice over the last couple of years and just really build a killer friendship with them and Kirk especially. So when the time came, he was like the first person we thought of. We've always tried to use dudes that, were close to us or, we shared a special thing on tour with or whatever, So for him, it was a no-brainer. And he just absolutely rocked it. The song's called Human Cancer. It's about, humans just basically fucking up the world and, ruining everything. So it's just absolutely incredibly done. And it's totally in that Crowbar Insight mesh. It just turned out great. And, the other one, Chris Barnes of 6 Feet Under, killer dude. He's taken us on tour a couple times and we've, become good friends as well. So, to have two dudes in this game over 25 years, legends, is a true honor for us to have them gracing this record.
The tracks that you have out from Built to Destroy are awesome. I'm digging them so much. And if you pre-order now on Bandcamp, you get 2 free tracks or you get 2 downloadable tracks like right away. So that's a pretty cool deal.
Yeah, right on. Thank you so much, man. We were excited to get these out. This album feels great and, it was kind of everything that we wanted to get done on a record and, totally just pumping it out there.
Now, I have not heard the whole album, so is there a message, a theme, anything going on in this album? Is there any kind of, storyline, or is it just, written from your heart?
Well, I think it kind of fits in the realm of all the Insight records. Each one's kind of been, a view of the life that I lived during that time. I think, I lived through a normal life, man, that a lot of people can relate to as far as, growing up, living on your own, dealing with relationships, being broke, having friends, OD, just kind of everything. And I think with this album, that was no different. We wanted to keep it real, something that, Insight's always been about. And, I think you see a wide variety from like the song Built to Destroy being about, us feeling ready to just take on the world and, everything we've been through built us for this. And, Ruthless Ways being about, all the fucked up shit you do in your life and, finally coming back to you. So it's just an open perspective of the world and life. And I think, like I said, a lot of people will relate to the song substance on this record.
And who produced this? I know it was somebody awesome.
Yeah, Steve Evans.
Steve Evans, yes.
He worked with us on our previous album, Oppression. And, after doing that first one, it was like all about wanting to have more time and dive in deeper and really hit the things we missed on Oppression. So, we got that, and I think it just came out exactly how we could have envisioned. And, we had Zeus put the mastering on top of that,
wow.
Which just added to the fire of this record. Yeah, we've been trying to get him to produce, an album for like the last 4, so he's always booked. So for him to just have any kind of part on this album was killer for us. And we were truly honored, man. Great dudes. And they made the record sound absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. Steve Evans and Zeus back to back on the album, man. It's going to sound crushing.
Yeah. It's cool too, man. None of it's, copy pasted. It was all live takes and, all done by the artist, which was cool for us. We've never had the time to really do that kind of stuff, man. It's always been, some crappy chop time, whatever. So for us, it was truly a killer experience.
So when we talked about the headlining tour you did a minute ago, and you did that out with Lodi Kong, which is obviously some more Cavaleras in that band. Do you see a lot of of the Cavalera fans come out? Soulfly, Cavalera, Conspiracy, early Sepultura, also Inside Lodi Kong fans. I mean, are they going out to support not only your bands but also the family?
I mean, when we first started the band as Insight, we did some Soulfly tours and stuff like that, and after all those years, we're finally doing another one with them, obviously. But I think one thing that's been cool about us is we've toured with so many different bands that our fan base is really, really bizarre and different. And you see a couple of them for sure in every city, but for the most part, we're drawing people that really don't have the knowledge of that, which is really cool. At the same time, to see people, figure out the band and then be like, oh, hey, you guys are, this person's, your dad. And it's like, yeah, dude, glad, checked it out. But it's cool to see, man. We toured with 36 Crazy Fist and Crowbar and Devil Driver and, just kind of really tried to be open and just hit different markets as much as we can. And I think it's shown on the headline dates and really been cool to see.
Very good. Yeah, man. 36 Crazy Fists, one of my more underrated bands out there.
Yeah, definitely. And it's great to see them having a nice comeback after, a little break. And, they're really crushing it, man. Great dudes.
So this episode is going to come out. Actually, I'm going to edit it up tonight and get it out tomorrow. And it'll be the last episode prior to Christmas. And I kind of wanted to go into the mind and the world of the Cavaleras. And, how do you guys celebrate Christmas? And, maybe what are your memories growing up?
Oh, man. Christmas was no joke around my house. Like, my mom, my grandparents, everybody really took that as a serious time of the year. And, the second Thanksgiving was done, our house was fully done up. You felt comfortable. It's kind of something that always sticks with me now when I'm having, now that I'm married and, we're kind of having our own Christmases and, a lot of things from then I'm using now. And it was, we were very lucky. We were very lucky to have the beautiful Christmases that my mom made happen for us. Even, when we were poor, she still made things just amazing and always made sure that, we were always happy and there was a great vibe in the home. And probably my most memorable one was 96, because that was the last year, the whole family was together. The brother was alive. Mm-hmm. Life was just, Sepultura was still going. Life was just, it was different. It was like perfect, for just a split moment.
Yeah.
It didn't last long. It may have only been like 6 months, but it was perfect, and then after that, I don't think anything's really been the same. So that was probably my best memory of Christmas, no doubt.
What does Max get you guys for Christmas? Is he into, buying gifts and things like that, or is it leave it up to Gloria?
Oh, no, that's Gloria, man, and the elves. Like,
and
they handle all that. Now that, there's all the grandkids and, the cousins that are having kids, and, now it's totally changed. Now it's about us enjoying them, enjoy what's going on, and it's so cool. Max always definitely comes out with some funny gifts, because he's what we call the last minute shopper,
right.
So he's pretty funny with it, man, but he always tries, and it's all about the love, really.
Very good, man. Yeah, that's that's kind of going back to when I was asking about if people supported the the headline shows because of the Cavalera name. I mean, I know that family and the words and the name Cavalera just kind of go hand in hand in my brain.
Yeah, definitely, man. And I think it's cool to have the opportunity to hopefully, like he did, carry that name on for another 25 years, and that's what is a special thing. It's something that hopefully like Ozzy is with metal. I think Cavalera will be right alongside that. I
agree with you 100% on that, and not to get too much into it, but man, that last Soulfly album is amazing. So they did a great job with that one.
Yeah, we put pressure on him. We're stepping it up.
There you go.
Time for him to step it up. He can't be having the kids be trying to kick his ass and stuff. So it's a fun competition around the house with that.
And you'll be having that competition starting January 25th. So the album comes out and the tour starts on the same day, which is very cool for you. Soulfly and Insight together. What else do you have going on in 2019? God, I can't believe it's already almost 2019.
Oh, isn't it ridiculous, man? We're stoked, man, with the record coming out. We planned a big year we're doing that tour. Like you said, it comes out the day the album comes out. So for us, it's huge, man. We've never had anything kind of line up like that. And a couple weeks after that, we'll be in Europe touring with Septic Flesh and Crisian, tearing up Europe, man, which is going to be out of control. After that, we're going to come back, do some more support tours in the States, hit up some of the littler festivals that, are going on around the Midwest and the East and stuff like that. And this year, for the first time ever, summer European festivals, man. We landed some really big ones, and
that's
we're
great.
super stoked on that because, man, that's been a lifelong goal for us to reach. And for that to happen is going to be truly jaw-dropping experience for everyone. And just kind of go from there, man. With the album coming out, we really want to break the record for our 121 shows we've done in a year. So we're shooting for higher than that. So it's going to be a crazy year.
Well, you're definitely starting off that way. And, Richie, man, thanks for taking the time. Happy holidays to you and yours and the entire family. And like we said earlier, man, Built to Destroy out January 25th, and you can pre-order it now on Bandcamp. So, Richie, man, thanks for taking the time.
Hey, good luck spreading the word, man, and always keep it heavy. Have a great holidays.
What's up, everybody? Rob Rivera here. Happy holidays from all of us in Nonpoint and from the Talk To Me podcast, folks. And anybody out there who's celebrating Christmas, happy holidays to you. This is the Rob's pick from the kit on the Talk To Me podcast. This week we're going to pick Soulfly. Soulfly is a band that consists of many knows of Max Cavalera, who's been the constant guy in the band. First time I saw Soulfly was with Max, Logan, Roy Mayorga, and I can't remember the bass player's name to save my life, but that lineup was very strong. That first record was awesome, and basically took where Sepultura's roots was an extension of that. Max just kept going in that style, and record is amazing. It was cool to see him continue. I was bummed when he left Sepultura, and still to this day would love for him to return and do at least one tour, playing all his old classics, but who knows, But anyway, Soulfly's band, a band that's had many, many members. Mikey Doyling from Snot was in there. I think Tony Campos played there for a little while. He may still be in there, I'm not sure. A couple drummers. My buddy Kanky Laura, who used to play in Straight Line Stead, she usually tours with him internationally, like South America and stuff like that. And but yeah, they've had a pretty steady lineup, I think, to have his son playing drums, and then Mark Rizzo. I don't remember who the bassist is right now, but I think it's Tony Campos, but I may be wrong. But anyway, this is Soulfly with Eye for an Eye. Enjoy.
I
Once again, thank you to Richie Cavalera for taking the time. Thank you guys for listening each and every week. That's got to be cool, man. I am a huge Max fan. I'm a big fan of Insight. I think they're great. So it's kind of like a double whammy with those guys. So you get to talk about the new Insight. You get to talk about growing up with Max Cavalera as your dad. How crazy is that? Going down and seeing Santa Max giving out some presents or whatnot. I just imagine that on top of that one giant ass dread, he just plops on a Santa hat and starts handing out presents for all the kids and grandkids. And, man, I'm sure he hands out, the latest, whatever album he's working on, probably hands out demos for Christmas. Here's my 30th band. Here's my 30th album I'm putting out this year because I'm one of the hardest working dudes in metal. But, yeah, we talked to Richie. We heard some Soulfly. We heard some Sepultura. I promised some Lodi Kong, so let's do that now.
Reality is growing here.
right, that was some Lodi Kong. So we've got all the Cavaleras covered. We will end this episode with Cavalera Conspiracy. And then, I will see you guys next week on the best of episode. So once again, thank you to Richie Cavalera. Thank you for the entire Cavalera family for putting out great music. For the Talk To Me podcast, I am Joshua Toomey. See you guys next week with the best of 2018 episode. Talk to you soon. Happy holidays and all that good stuff.
Ultraviolet, come and take control. Your soul, ultraviolet, come and crush your soul. The storm, ultraviolet, coming with the storm. Your world, ultraviolet, come destroy your world. Feel the agony, crawling on your knees. Feel the agony at the bloodshed, till there's nothing left to bleed. Till there's nothing left to bleed. Till there's nothing left to go from. Ultraviolet, come and take control. Your soul, ultraviolet, come and crush your soul. The storm, ultraviolet, coming with the storm. Your world, ultraviolet, come destroy your world. Feel the agony, crawling on your knees. Feel the agony and the bloodshed, till there's nothing left to bleed. Till there's nothing left to bleed. Till there's nothing left to bullshit, bleeding, did you lie? Marching, so many, did you lie? You watch us lose, did you lie? One Lord, going, did you lie? Hold on, going, did you lie? Lose, the watch God, did you lie? Zooming, magic, did you lie? Meaning, bullshit, did you lie? Control, ultraviolet, come and take control.